I thought we just went over this yesterday with the other receivers, with the Diggs and the Ayuks and the whoever's, and linking us with every receiver that's available. I guess we gotta go over this again, except for this one got 1% logic in it. Let's see. Let's break it down. Let's see what they talking about. Welcome to Bart. Next stop, Justin Jefferson's way.
Just win, baby.
Are we on our way? Are we on our way to just starting to win, baby? We doing it. You got to win in the preseason and the offseason. That's how you win championships in the playoffs in the offseason. That's how you do it. And we starting to do that right now. So we about to start winning. Don't even worry about that. But for now, you on the BART, the Bay Area Raiders talk. It's your boy Black, the quarterback, and I'm with my man's Pizzle for Shizzle, all damn dizzle. What's good with it?
What's going down? How you doing, man? What up,
I'm,
J-Ro?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. What's up with J Road? Man, today we got another wide receiver linked to the Raiders. We have another one, except for this one is not even really available yet, but they're talking about it. We're talking about Jay Jettas, Justin Jefferson. Just stop, please. We need to stop linking every wide receiver to our franchise. But it's a good thing though, because they're actually linking players to the Raiders when Las Vegas was not a destination place. So I guess that's the silver lining in it. That's a 0.5%, but I have another 0.5% where it kind of does make sense. So I can see how people kind of getting somewhat excited about it. But we'll go over it here shortly and we'll talk about it. And then also today we're gonna talk about. I heard a comparison of Michael Mayer and Gronk, the heavenly robot, the football robot from heaven. So I heard there's a comparison to Gronkowski and Hernandez, rest in peace. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit. And if we get to it, the 31 flavors of Aiden O'Connell. I was trying to see, there are some teams out there that he possibly might get a starting spot for. So we're going to talk about that too. So make sure y'all hack in, stay tuned in, and make sure y'all hit that like button. So let's get to it. So let me go to the you feel me, because they was talking about Jay Jettis, and let's see what they say, who they is.
Justin Jefferson going to the Las Vegas Raiders would make me cry myself to sleep at night with rage, as CBS put out a potential trade where Justin Jefferson goes to the Raiders from the Minnesota Vikings for a first and third round pick after Justin Jefferson forces his way out of Minnesota over the next 2 months. There is some smoke around that because the quarterback situation in Minnesota is atrocious. Kyler Murray looked awful in OTAs, and then he blamed that he's just not getting enough reps, because Kyler Murray has never seen a situation in his life where he couldn't find a way to evade accountability, even after throwing back-to-back interceptions to start his final day of OTAs. So Justin Jefferson's in a situation where his quarterback will not be good. So he might push his way out of Minnesota, and for a first and third round pick, I think most Raiders fans would take that. Jefferson gets to go back to play with Kirk Cousins and also has a future with the number 1 overall pick, Fernando Mendoza, who I believe is going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. And if Justin Jefferson also believes in that, he could do a lot to develop Fernando Mendoza. So again, this from CBS would be an unmitigated disaster. However, there's a real path to it happening, and it's going to drive me insane if it does, because I still believe Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the NFL.
All right, what you think?
I don't know about a number 1 and a third. I don't know about that. But, I mean, I don't know about him being the best wide receiver in the league either. I mean, I haven't really checked. We don't really get to see him that much because, he's in Minnesota. I don't really watch unless it's a national game or whatever, and it's the only other thing on. Then I don't really watch anything else. So I don't really know too much about him. But you know, he's got ties to Kubiak and he's got ties to Captain Kirk. So I mean, he might do some good. You know, well, I just think that's a little high of a price for him. I don't even. How old is he? No, that's how old he is. When was his last? How many games did he play last year? Is he injury prone? All these things we need to know.
I don't know. I know he's arguably the best wide receiver in the game. I mean, I don't get to see a bunch of his games either, but I don't get to see Jamar Chase games either, and I know he's one of the best. So it could be arguably between those two. But for the sake of content and what this person was just putting the extras on it, they be putting the extras on it to sell the story. Uh, he might can get disgruntled, and to say he's disgruntled is not even fair because he's not even talking about this. This is something that somebody else made up. So to even assume that he'll be disgruntled to want to leave. See, those are the narratives that I'll be talking about. Even like with the Max thing, I'm just sitting here thinking about it. Like people saying he don't want to be here because he wanted a trade. No, the situation isn't looking good for your career, so you want to do something different. That doesn't mean you don't want to be you don't want to be with the team. It's just like the team is not doing something that's going to be beneficial to your career, and you getting to the goal of being a legendary Super Bowl champion, play meaningful games, all that stuff when you one of the best in the league. So to even paint it him being disgruntled is selling the story. So I don't know. I think a first and a third, that's not asking too much, not for a proven wide receiver that we know that is one of the best in the league. Because even if we took our first round pick next year and got a wide receiver, that doesn't guarantee he's going to be good. Um,
No,
but we
but it's going
know,
to guarantee
but
that he
we
show
know,
up.
yeah. But young doesn't equate to it. It doesn't equate to better either. So I
I hear
mean,
you. It depends on where we're drafting at and where we're picking him at, though. Unless
I
he's
don't
just
care.
an
There's no
all-out
receiver
bust.
coming out of college is better than Justin Jefferson right now. No receiver in college right now is better than Justin Jefferson coming out right now
Yeah,
or
I
even
understand,
next year.
but I understand that, but we're not drafting for right now. We're drafting for tomorrow. And is Justin Jefferson going to be here in 3 years?
No, we're not playing games in 3 years. Like Justin Jefferson is not a long term solution. He's a help win right now piece. Because really, ideally, he's not even a receiver that we would bring in. Because remember, we just got through talking about we don't need a superstar number one wide receiver. But if he so happened to come free and open, then we definitely got to put our hat in the ring, though. Even though that's not what we necessarily looking for, especially if he's interested. And this is all hypothetical, right? Because people are saying that if he's gonna, well, CBS is saying that if he's disgruntled with the quarterback play, then he's gonna want out, which is happens all the time. So that 1% logic that they're using is blowing this story up because there is a way. So you're saying there's a chance, but there's not really much of a chance. I don't think. I don't think he would be a long term thing. Like that's something we would try to get out of him 3 years, 4 years. He probably like around 28, somewhere in there. He's still at the prime of his career as a receiver. I'll look and see how old he is. Okay. So let's see what they say, what CBS says, because they're talking about Kyler Murray and McCarthy. Neither one of them is really showing who's going to be the leader in that clubhouse. And also, like, the embellishment is, like, just because he threw 2 picks at the beginning of OTAs for the last session, that's not the reason why a receiver want to leave. The receiver want to leave because they're not winning games and he's not involved with the game to help win games. That'd be a
Well,
prime reason why.
yeah, he ain't getting any ball. He ain't getting the ball. He's 27 or going to be 27 or 28, whatever. So, yeah, I just, all wide receivers are that way though. When they think that they all think that they're always open, and they always think that they should be the one getting the ball. And
I wouldn't say they all think that, but no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, if you're losing, and he probably, and Jefferson probably is the way that you're talking. I'm not sure. Like, he's a high meat guy. Look like, I don't know for sure because, like I said, I don't hear enough. I don't really hear bad things about him. But all I'm saying is, if you're losing games and they're not throwing you the ball, then that's a problem. Because even as a mid-tier receiver, I would be pissed because I'd be like, well, I can't help y'all win the game if y'all not throwing me the ball. Like, so what are we gonna do?
well, that's why they're trying to bring Kyler Murray over there, because J.J. McCarthy obviously couldn't get on the ball last year. So that's part of the problem, right? So just like, Devontae Adams wanted to leave here because we weren't getting him the ball, right? We could look at it the same way. We weren't winning games. We weren't, he wasn't, we could look at it the same way. He came here on a promise that he's going to play with a certain guy. That certain guy ended up leaving, and then he was sitting here holding the bag he felt like a dunce. You know what I'm saying? And I don't blame him. That kind of pissed me off too. Like, I came here to play with my boy, and then now he's gone. Like, you guys lied to me to get me here, and then now you're matching me up with people that can't even get me the damn ball. Like, you got me running into another wide receiver on a play. Like, I don't know. Like, this shit is just crazy to your boy. Like, so yeah, I could see where the frustration. It's not like we haven't seen it here ourselves with wideouts. I mean, Devontae Adams ain't the only one. We went through this with Moss, a bunch of the guys. So Cooper, there's a bunch of this stuff that we went through with these guys. So I've seen this all before, bro.
Yeah. So, and even as you say that, so Devontae wanted out. So he went against the starting quarterback to start some problems and said he'd rather have AOC quarterback. And that's what I'm saying. He didn't really mean that like that. He was just trying to start some issues so they can get him out of there, which it worked. But people really thought that meant AOC was better than Minshew when that wasn't what was going on. But anyway, he probably could have given him the ball more anyway because he'll probably look exclusively for him. So there is an element of selfishness in there. Now, if that element of selfishness comes up in frustration, then he says, okay, I want to leave. Then offering the first round and the third round is not too far-fetched for me because no matter where we pick in the first round, we're not going to find a receiver that's on his level with the production that he has and the attention and gravity that he pulls. So first and the third is not that bad for me. I would definitely do a first and a third for Jefferson.
For me, it just depends on how long the contract's going to be, dude. If the contract's only be for a year or two, then no, I'm not really interested.
Yeah, but we know it's not going to be for a year or two, though.
Well, okay, but we should at least get him for at least 4. We should at least get him for 4.
Yeah, and then you play 3, and then you find out if you're going to move him or not after that 3rd year, because you're not going to play that 4th year without guaranteed money. So you're going to have to extend him. So yeah, I would agree. Have a 4-year contract. In that 3rd year, we need to determine what we're going to do with him, because he might be commanding so much money that we might have to pivot off of him or whatever. But even in this 1% scenario that we're talking about, because I really don't think this is going to be a thing. But if it was to become a thing, though, I don't see why the Raiders would not want to try to get him into the building, because he is familiar with Cousins. I mean, he was with Naylor. I don't see why that wouldn't make sense.
Right?
So, well, um, if not him, then who do you see us bringing in any veteran wide receivers? Because I know I said I think we should have a veteran wide receiver. We need a veteran wide receiver,
I
but
know you.
I don't think it's like the end of the world if we don't. I just think it'd be an added bonus if we can get the right guy in there. So, out of all the guys that's out there, do you think there's any out there that's worth even going after?
Well, I think Justin Jefferson would be worth going after if it was legit, like if this was a real scenario and he was on the table, but he's not, so it's not. But and everyone else are problem childs. Stephon Diggs, he's a good wide receiver too, dude. I don't know why everyone keeps overlooking him, but he's good. He's good. And so we got him, but he's a headache. We got the guy from that used to play at Kansas City, right? Tyree Wilson, right? Not Tyree Wilson. What am I talking about? Tyree Wilson. I'm tripping. Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. So Tyreek Hill's still, I think, out there. We can get him, but some of these guys bring problems. Just because they're good don't mean they fit the system.
Yeah, they might not fit the locker room more than anything, because I don't think it's an issue so much with Stephon Diggs' his ability to play, because he had 1,000 yards last year. It's just all the stuff that comes with him, the shenanigans. That's what we're trying to avoid. It's players that bring in shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
So yeah, I don't think uh,
And
the
I don't
one
think
percent.
Justin's problematic like that. I don't think he's a headache per se, right? I don't think he's a headache per se, right? But like I said, I don't really know because we're not from there, so we don't really we don't get any of the news or anything like that. What's going on over there? Unless we're watching like the NFL Network or some other stuff, some kind of NFL Insider or ESPN Insider stuff or something. It just happens to be
Yeah,
on.
but you ain't gotta. We don't watch Stephon Diggs either like that, and we know what he's doing.
Well,
Like
yeah,
even Ayuk, I don't watch Niner games, and I know what Ayuk doing.
yeah.
It's
Well,
because,
that's because
and I'm saying, if you are doing something and it doesn't rise to the level where everybody find out about it, then that's a good thing. Because
yeah.
I don't expect all these guys to be fire boys or anything like that, especially at the receiver position. But
No, I,
I would know if he's a headache guy or not versus low key, because I get it, because the same thing could have been said about Ayuk. We didn't hear about Ayuk until something happened,
right.
so
Yeah, I don't know how do you think he'd react being in Vegas? He's from Minnesota. How do you think he's going to react to moving from Minnesota to Vegas? I mean, there's all kinds of things that are in those cards too. I'm not saying he can't control himself or anything. I'm just saying that we just don't know. There's a lot of
yeah.
don't knows.
Well, I assume that all these guys are pros. They're the best of the best, and they went through these interview processes to be filtered out. And if you're the elite of these guys, I would think that you're professional enough to go and play anywhere, whether they stick you in Green Bay, whether they stick you in Cleveland, whether they stick you in Miami or Las Vegas or LA. So
Yeah, but
regardless, so I'm not gonna use that as a what if because that should be assumed. Like especially guys that make $100 million, like I don't. Yeah, I expect them to play a certain level on the field, then I expect them to have a certain level of toughness
integrity.
off the field, integrity off the field, right? Yeah. So, but I get it. Vegas is a special animal because the city that it is. But the NFL has made it a thing, so I gotta treat it equally like everywhere else, I guess. Although it's not.
Yeah, but there's a big difference between Green Bay, Wisconsin, and Cleveland, right? And Las Vegas and New York, bro, and other places, other big cities, Miami, right?
Yeah,
you
it
go
is.
play.
Does that make it an excuse though, or a reason?
I'm just
Does that
saying
make it
that.
a reason? Do you
No,
like?
I'm
Oh,
just saying
I
that the
won't bring certain.
temptation. There's a lot more temptation over there. There's a lot more sin going on. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
A lot more temptation. That's all.
yeah. I
No,
don't think that.
no, you
I
don't
don't
think
think
so? You
that.
don't think so?
I don't think that that should be a measurement of anything because if you're 100 millionaire, if you make hundreds of millions of dollars, you can
Mm-hmm.
fly any kind of sin to you. Matter of fact, sin will find you if you have $100 million. That's not something that you have to really go and try to avoid because it's going to find you regardless of what it is. Now, would it be greater in Vegas? Probably, but I don't think to the point where it makes Justin Jefferson be like, oh, he can't play here. He can't play here. I don't even know that many players that I could say that about. Oh, they can't play here. I don't know, but I'm sure there are some players because there's a lot of players in the league that get kicked out every year because of alcoholism. A lot of people don't know that alcoholism is big in the NFL, and a lot of these players that only make it a couple years, that's the why substance abuses. Everybody in the NFL don't have long careers like the players that we watch year in and year out. The average is probably like 4 years in the NFL. So a lot of it is because of substance abuse. So I agree with what you're saying, but what I'm saying when you're the best of the best, that shouldn't even I don't even factor that in. Like I don't care where we send you, you better go play there. Matter of fact, we got a international game on the moon, so I need you to get your moon boots ready, bro. So I'm with I'm with I'm with the fact that yeah, it's a 1% chance. If there is a chance, then I think the Raiders will be a great spot for him overall. But I'm over the let's link every wide receiver to the Raiders because I mean we're going to be going through that all year. That's what it sounds like
Yep. All off season.
all off season.
It is what it is. That's what it's going to keep being, man. That's what it's going to keep being.
No, it's starting to wind down. We'll be at camp before we know it. We'll be at camp before we know it.
Right?
So I heard something intriguing. Uh, it was a comparison between Brock Bowers, Michael Mayer, and Gronkowski and Hernandez. And could they be the 2.0 version of those two guys? What's your initial reaction to hearing that?
Well, I mean, Gronk and, Hernandez, that whole offense was, hate to say it was Josh McDaniels' offense, and it was ahead of its time because of Hernandez and Gronk, right? And they were just chewing fools up with that dual tight end offense. And yeah, I mean, I think Brock's probably a lot better than Hernandez is, but I don't know about Mayer or Hernandez was, but I don't know. Gronk's shoes are pretty big for Mayer to be filling. I know they want to call him Mini Gronk, or that's what they call him, or whatever, but I don't know. He's got to do a lot more to get that nickname out of me. I haven't seen that much out of him, other than mental reps.
So who's better, Gronk or Bowers?
Mm. Well, Bowers is probably better than Gronk. It just depends on what you're asking though, and what aspect of the game. Not in blocking, but in receiving and running patterns. Yeah, but I don't think in blocking he is.
No, I'm not talking about pieces of their game. I'm talking about if I have to choose between who's the better tight end that we know of right now, Brock Bowers or Rob Gronkowski. Just who would you pick on your team for tight end? I'm at their prime. I mean, I don't know.
I don't even know if this is Brock Bowers' prime right now.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So who would you pick right now based on what you know of their prime? I would have to pick Gronkowski right now.
Yeah, I would probably pick Bowers.
So you would think Bowers is better than Gronkowski?
Yeah, I do. What he does, yeah, absolutely. Brock has his niche as a tight end, and so does Gronk.
I'm not talking about they supposed to emulate each other and who's the. If I was to have them both do the same thing, who's the best?
They
I'm
both
just
play a
saying.
role, right? You're talking
I'm
about
just
role
saying.
players, right?
I'm talking about if I had to have one tight end on my team, and
Yeah.
I had to choose between Brock Bowers or Gronkowski based on what I know right now about both of them, who would I pick?
I'd probably have to roll with you and go with Gronk, but I don't know.
Now,
That's
if
a
we
close.
had this conversation in 5 more seasons, then it might be different because we don't know. What if Brock Bowers don't get better? What if he, knock on wood, if you with me, if he became injury prone early in his career, like? But then then we'll have to do the Bo Jackson thing. Like he could have been the greatest ever. Like for real, he could have been. Like Bo could have been the greatest running back ever. But we can't say he's the greatest running back ever.
Only playing 8 games a season too.
Right. So, um, and we can even make that a wash between those two. How about Mayer and Hernandez? I don't even think it's close. I think Hernandez is way better than Mayer.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, like I said, I think Mayer is more like is more of the size of like Gronkowski is. I think that's why they call him more like a mini Gronk because he's more built like Gronk. He goes out and does the blocking and the passing, does all that dirty work. That's the thing about Gronkowski is he's a hell of a blocker too. He didn't just go out and catch passes, and so and
Whoever calling Mayer mini Gronk needs to be slapped. Whoever's doing that. Jack Kenner was good. He said, "Can I choose Raymond Chester?" For sure, you always can. He said this horse jockey, but yeah, so I would probably go with. So let me look. Let me look at this. So I pulled it up, and they were like, here's the baseline for them. So 2011 was their season that they both was at their peak with each other. So there's like Rob Gronkowski had 90 receptions, 1,300 yards, 17 touchdowns. Then Hernandez had 79 receptions, 910 yards, 7 touchdowns. So the combined output was 169 receptions, 2,237 yards, and 24 touchdowns. Now, Brock Bowers, he's pacing for 100 receptions, 1,100-yard a season. But Mayer is only like from 25 to 35 receptions to 150 to 330 yards. Now, do you think Mayer steps up his production? And what exactly is his role for him on this team? Because obviously the Raiders need him now because of our dual tight end situation that we're gonna have with Kubiak. And maybe is it unrealistic to look at them both the same? I mean, Gronk and comparison with the Mayer and Bowers comparison. Do you think that's unfair to compare those two tandems?
Well, I think it is at the moment. Right at the moment, we might have the best tight end room in the league. We don't know yet because they haven't produced. Now, may or may not be getting the production because they're not calling tight end plays the last couple of years that like they were before. Like that's what Kubiak loves to call, dude. He loves he loves tight ends. He loves the dual tight end, 3 tight end set, right? The 12 to 13 is what they call it, I guess. And Kubiak loves that shit. And so he's going to probably be getting the ball thrown to him a little bit more, except for when the robot god ain't out there chewing up turf, because that's what he do. Like he's definitely, Bowers is the number one target on the team, whether it be wide receiver or tight end. He's going to be the number one target for the team. It don't matter where his line's up at. He's always probably going to be the first look.
Yeah, I think that's going to change this year, though. People going to be surprised. They're not looking for Bowers every play like we used to. That's not what we're going to be doing. Bowers going to be a decoy a lot sometimes and a blocker other times. It's not like we're going to be dropping back and let's find Bowers first as first read. And if he ain't open, then we try to find someone. That's not how our offense is going to run this year, I don't think. There's going to be times where that happens. I'm not saying that it ain't, but I don't think he's – it's like we're not predicated on the number one wide receiver. We're not predicated on one receiver being that guy. And I think that's going to serve us better because then it's hard to scheme us if we don't approach it like that. Because as long as we're approaching it as Brock Bowers is the number one and other teams know that, and if they can have some level of success against that, then they kind of stifling our offense. But if they're planning for Brock Bowers, which they're going to have to do anyway, and then we don't prioritize him like that and we prioritize the whole receiving core, then it's harder to game for that. And then while they're not paying to the certain details, then Kubiak comes in and kill him with the Brock Bowers situation because like, yep, y'all should have been. Then people gonna be like, well, how do you don't double Brock Bowers? How don't you double team him in that? Like because we've been running everybody else all over the place. You ain't noticed Naylor got 4 catches already, and Trey Tucker got 2 catches, and you ain't noticed that Dante Thornton just got 1 for 30. Like we don't need Brock Bowers to get 100 yards every game like that. Is there going to be games where he do it? Yeah, it's going to be games he's going to get like 150. I just think our offense is going to be more balanced and even. So I just don't think he's going to be that number one receiver like that. I would hope he's not, because if you're relying on your tight end to be the number one receiver, that's an issue. Even if he is a football god from heaven, a robot. in heaven.
Right.
But we might be able to get away with it for a year or two. But he got injured last year because people got tired of hearing about Brock Bowers, the best tight end in the league already. And he only been in the league 1 year. They was like, he the best. He better than Kittles. Is he better than Kittles to you? I don't know. Let me think about that. Is he better than Kittles? Yeah, do y'all think Brock Bowers is better than Kittles?
In receiving, yeah, but not in blocking.
If you're a Niner fan, what it do? Marshawn Lynch said, you. I'm a Raider.
What you doing, bro?
Right. Oh,
You look like you missed it.
so I definitely think that this is a far reach a little bit. I think when Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez was playing together, they both was like alpha males. Obviously, Gronk was probably the better of the two because of his ability to get open, bigger target. But Aaron Hernandez was more like a wide receiver. He played more like the wide receiver versus Gronk played more traditional tight end because he was the better blocker.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to Mayer, who would be the more traditional tight end. And
Well, hold on. Well, Mayer became that because Max Crosby kind of dog walked him in his first training camp and shit. Max Crosby kind of turned him into the blocker that he is. So we got to thank Max Crosby for that because he kind of like pretty much took Michael Mayer under his wing and just kind of destroyed him all camp. Just was on him. I don't know if you remember that or not, but
yeah,
that was something Max took personally, I guess, and took it upon himself to show him how to block, I guess. We'll see.
yeah. So he's more like the traditional blocking tight end, whereas Brock Bowers is more like the wide receiver type.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly. That's his niche. That's his role. Two different role
Yep.
players, right? I mean, they're both tight ends, but one blocks and goes out. One goes out as a wide receiver.
So for me, that hot take, when I heard that hot take, I'm gonna have to give that 3 ice cubes. You need to cool that all the way down. Not all the way, but majority of down. 75% cool. That hot take needs to be cooled down like 75%. I can see why you would want to put those two with the standard. I would say that's the standard because people a lot are saying that our tight end room is the best in the NFL. Arguably, I don't know that, but we're hearing that, so maybe that's how the comparison comes. So I'll give that 3 ice cubes for that take. What you think about that? Do you give it 4 ice cubes, 1 ice? Is it a hot take, or is it not so hot?
I'm thinking. I'm going with you with the 3 right now. I don't think it's that hot of a take. I mean, it kind of is all right. But, and then I'll go with you with the other one too. It's I'll go with you with 2 ice cubes on the whole other one too. I just don't think that we're just not there yet. I don't know if we are the best tight end room or not. We haven't done anything yet. We haven't like all of this stuff is all speculation. Like last year when they played together, they didn't really get anything. We weren't able to do anything because the offense wasn't even on the field that long.
Yeah.
Like
Plus, I think
and neither was Bowers. Bowers was out really hurt with his knee after the first game. He hurt his knee on when he fell. Like, so what are we talking about? Like, we gotta have them playing first. First, they gotta play together. And for Brock Bowers to be the best best tight end in the league, he's got to play all year. He's got to put up some stats. What was his stats last year? I mean, he missed a bunch of games with a hurt knee. So
you can't be the best in the league after 1 year anyway. So I don't care what nobody's saying.
Yeah, I have to agree with you.
Not even 2 years. You can't be the best in the league after 2 years. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how good you are. You could be trending that way fast, but it's not. You're not.
Yeah, that shows a lot of potential, but it doesn't.
Potential.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So before we get into our last topic of the 31 flavors of Aiden O'Connell, let's reach into this Black Raider bag that I have. So the chat, you guys are kind of quiet today. Give me a number between 1 and 10. I mean, I have 10 topics. 10 topics in there, and I'm going to randomly reach in there and grab a video, a clip that I've seen from Raider content on TikTok or wherever, and I'm going to play it, and then we're going to see if we agree with it or not, or we're just going to give commentary to it. So, all right, the first two numbers I see in the chat are the ones I'm going to go with. And Pizzle, you can give me a number from 1 to 10.
About what? I'm sorry.
Okay, I got.
On the video you're about to play?
Yeah, just give me a number, 1 to 10.
3.
All right, 3.
In my opinion, I don't think he wants to be a Raider anymore. As much as he says it, you know, and it's no shade. Like, you know what I mean? I understand I love Max. You know what I mean? It's just we got to look at the situation, right? He's a guy that loves to be legendary, right? That's his thing. And so there's not much legendary stuff going on with our organization right now. Max Crosby isn't one to hold back effort, but I don't think he's also been one to elevate the team around him. You know what I mean? It's been 3 years, right? We'll say with the AP stuff. That offseason, he was upset. The team, he kind of put us in a chokehold, like, hey, you know, if we don't get Antonio Pierce, I'm going to have to weigh out my options. To me, that was a crazy statement when he said that. And then he got a raise, right? So we hooked him up with more money. Then last season, he was upset again. And what did he? In my opinion, I don't think
he got a raise. He got a raise. That's what happened.
If you didn't give him a raise, then you would have lost him. So it's the business. I like that he wasn't up for the promotion anyway. He was up for the promotion. It's not like he complained and it was like, hey, to be quiet, here's some more money. That's not how that went down. The contract specified him to get more money because he didn't have guaranteed money. I remember when I was telling people, yeah, but you know what, you should honor the contract and this, and the third. And then it was like, well, that ain't the way the business really goes, which it ain't. So I really had to like take a step back and be like, well, you know what, it is the business, so it's customary. So don't hold it against him. Now, yeah, it's crazy for him to say, yeah, if you guys don't do this, and I'm gonna do that. Okay, you could say that's crazy. So it's not crazy coming out there and saying, I want to be a starting quarterback for a long time after they just signed a franchise quarterback and a quarterback to bridge him there. Not even use you as the bridge, but you got somebody else to be the bridge quarterback. So that's not crazy. That's just business to me.
Business.
But according to you, though, is this a hot take? One ice cube just to cool it off a little bit, 4 to cool it all the way down, or you can just go straight no chaser, no lace, just straight no chaser, just straight lace, and put no ice cubes. With no ice cubes in
that drink, just straight,
yeah.
just straight. Give me it straight.
Yeah. So what's your cube level on there? How many jumps do you?
I like my drinks with no ice, so I think he's on. I think he's pretty much on par there. You know, I don't know. I mean, maybe he changed his mind now that, you know, he got a little humbled. You know, the NFL kind of does that to you sometimes and so does the universe. Sometimes the universe has got to give you a little reality check and put you back in your spot. And you know, it's not that I don't like Max Crosby or I just want more production out of him. You know, it's not whether, like you said, it's business. It's not whether or not I personally like the guy or not. It has nothing to do with that. I just want more production. I just think that we should be getting more bang for our buck. And if you don't think that we should be getting more bang for our buck, then that might be a problem.
Yeah, well, I think he gets paid for what he's done, not what he needs to do. So I think he got
Yeah,
his
but
money
next
that
time his contract comes up, right? And he only got seven. He got under 10 sacks the last couple of years. What's it? He getting to get paid for what he done? Because
well,
he didn't do shit.
stop offering him money then, and let him
Exactly.
walk.
Exactly.
So stop blame.
Exactly. I'm
Don't
with you.
blame him. Don't blame him.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I let him
Don't
walk.
blame him. Don't blame him. If you offer him the money, well, he's supposed to be like, "No, I'm not worth that."
I want to offer
No.
him the money though. That's my whole point. I
So
want to offer them the money.
don't that's on the franchise if they do that. If they
I
don't
get
think
it.
that he's worth it. Now, this particular take, I'm gonna say I give it three ice cubes. I get a perspective. I do get it, but I think it's just too much to say he don't want to be here no more. It's too much to say that um, I don't know that he hijacked the franchise. He hijacked the franchise. Y'all could have just sat there and said, "All right, well, we going where we going with it, and if you leave, then you leave." The boss don't the employees don't dictate who the boss employ. Not they don't make the final decision. They might have some insight or some opinions because you do want it to be a fit. But at the end of the day, you are the leader here. You're the adult in the room, and that's what was wrong with the franchises because they was
Yeah, they
letting
kept
players.
paying him. I
And
agree.
so that's what's wrong with the franchise. They kept letting players
Hmm.
run the asylum, so to speak, as you say. And
Hmm.
so that's not the player fault. That's the franchise fault.
I agree. I wouldn't be letting any of these guys run any game on me.
Yeah, that's
If
the
you want to leave, there's the door, bro. Like I'm not holding anybody here. I'm not holding anybody hostage. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not how I do business. Like, and if you don't want to be here, I'm not going to pay you extra money to stay here.
they didn't pay him extra money to stay here. See, that's the part.
I'm
It
not.
wasn't
I
extra money
understand that.
though.
I understand that, but I want to pay. I wouldn't even re-up his contract though.
Okay, well then do that. Don't offer him the money. Not you. Don't offer him the money. Give him the money, and then double back and say, "Well, you're not worth that money, so you're holding us hostage." No, no, that's not what it is. You sound like you're playing the victim now as a franchise,
No,
and
no,
that's what I don't
by
like.
holding us hostage, saying that he wanted to get traded, or he wanted to bounce if we didn't hire
That's not.
AP. That's putting everybody in a headlock.
That's
Is
not.
it
How is
not?
that put him in? How is that put him in a
I mean, yeah,
headlock
he
when
could have
you're the
said, "Yeah, all right,
how,
bounce, Max."
how are you putting somebody in a headlock when you're the one in control?
Yeah,
If I'm the franchise, and a player come to me and say, "Hey, check this out.
what?
If y'all don't get
Okay.
this guy, hold on. If y'all don't get this guy, then I'm leaving." How am I in the chokehold?
Well, see,
How?
for me, because Max knows that the Raiders need him, right? So he's putting a power play.
How does
He's
the Raider
flexing.
need him if no one's bigger than
He's
the
flexing
Shield?
because the Raiders need him, bro.
If no one's bigger than the
He's
Shield, how does the Raiders need him?
how because he's the face of the franchise right now. That's
So
why.
what?
Well,
Who cares?
and I agree. So what? But it's not on me. It's on Mark Davis. I would have let him walk. I would have showed him the door.
Blame the franchise.
I am blaming the franchise.
Don't blame Max. Don't even bring it up when we talking about Max because it ain't Max problem. That was a head office problem. That don't and I'm talking about this guy saying that they had him he had the nation the franchise in a chokehold. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. We could have let him go. We just let him go. Swiatek just showed you he ain't got the franchise in the chokehold.
Yeah, now.
And I even think that was a mutual thing. I even thought that was mutual that they did that. But as far as being in the chokehold, that sounds crazy to me. As a leader, that's crazy. And then want to go blame Max for it. and then say, well, Max, you make all this money. Like, yeah, you do, because if he didn't make it here, he's going to make it somewhere else, because that's what the business dictated. It didn't dictate that, oh, the Raiders, not only did you punk us, we're going to give you our money too, like you Debo. That ain't what happened. So I got 3 ice cubes on that one. And I do agree with you that we do need to see some production out of you, Max. But that ain't because of your contract. It's because the standards you usually play in that, you haven't been there in the last couple of years because of injuries. Now it's time for you to pivot off that. Otherwise, we need to pivot off of you. That's the business of it all.
What's up, buddy Raider?
All right. Let's see what the comments say. Let's see if anybody I don't think Bowers will be the number 1 target, but I expect him to lead the team in receptions anyway. Yeah. At one point, here we go. At one point around 1979 or 80, we had Casper, Chester, Christensen all at the same time. Now that was the tight end room. You ain't lying. Yeah, we won our money's worth from a high profile player. Yeah. Players out. Players that put butts in the seats, especially on losing teams, are inherently overpaid. Don't hate the player, hate the game. There we go. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Absolutely hate the game. But we're taking it out on the player though. And that's the part that I have an issue with. Don't take it out on the player. Take it out on the game. If we're gonna say don't hate the player, hate the game, take it out on the game, not the player.
No, I take it out on the franchise.
Yeah. Yeah. So Frank Webb, give me a number 1 through 10 without it being 3. I'm gonna give a number. My number is gonna be 6. Let's see what number 6 is.
Why is it that Jackson Powers Johnson is just kind of, it's almost like he's not in the spotlight anymore, and he's competing for a job and all these things, and they're not giving us answers why? I mean, a very quick Google of Jackson Powers Johnson says that he is fighting to secure a starting right guard spot in training camp, battling durability issues and competition from second-year lineman Caleb Rogers. He must prove himself to the new coaching staff following an inconsistent 2025 campaign. So for the training camp context and storylines, it says, roster battle. Powers Johnson did not participate in all team periods during voluntary organized team activities, OTAs, and minicamp, allowing Rodgers to see significant first team reps at guard. His health and reliability, staying on the field, is a major focus. He has dealt with ongoing physical setbacks and appeared in just 23 of a possible 34 games over his first 2 years in the league. New coaching influence. The team brought in offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak and respected O-line coach Rick Dennison, which represent a clean slate for Powers Johnson to earn a starting nod. So then why is it that we're in a position where okay, I get it. Nobody's job is secure, right? In the NFL, it stands for not for long. But Jackson Powers Johnson, if we didn't sign Tyler Linderbaum, he should have been a shoo-in to get that center position. He's definitely the best offensive guard that we have on our roster. But that's what the tape shows. But it just seems like he's not in good favor with the organization, maybe, or just the coaching staff. It's very, very unclear, and it's like they don't want to actually give us the information about it. And damn it, Raiders, you guys need to give us the tea, because we want to know what's going on with our boy JPJ. JPJ is one of my favorite Raiders. This dude, he loves the silver and black. He comes in as a rookie quoting the autumn wind instantly, like he grew up a Raiders fan. This guy, besides all of those points, He is a very good lineman. He is a disruptor. If he's getting the proper coaching and put in the right position, this dude is going to thrive.
Okay, first of all, women spill tea, so we're gonna redact that out of that. And second of all, it ain't nothing because it's not the franchise or the regime that's saying that they don't like JPJ. That's people saying that. That's these beat writers and insiders and outsiders and all them saying that. So they didn't. Last regime didn't like any young player. It didn't matter what position they was playing. So they wasn't gonna get no love anyway because Pete Carroll was old school in that way. But overall, I'm with this guy. I'm gonna give him one ice cube because I agree with majority of what he said. I think JPJ is our strongest guard that we have. I don't think he has to worry about his position or anything like that. He is a Raider. We keep forgetting that. I just hate that we keep regurgitating stupid things that we keep hearing, and they're unfounded. So stop repeating stupid things if you can't really put your 10 toes on it, and not what a person heard from somebody else that told them that when they was in the building, and now I'm reporting it. No, we ain't about. I'm not going off of them. That sound like gossip guys. What you about to say?
I ain't wanting to gossip, so he ain't heard that from me.
What do you think, though? What about JPJ? What do you think?
I'll give it two. I'll give it a 2 cube.
Two cubers.
I think that I think his job is secure. And I think a lot of people are just over here speculating, and they're looking. I think a lot of people are just looking for anything to talk about right now. Like, so I don't think there's any fire over there. He didn't show up to OTAs. It's no big deal. He's not worried about it. I don't think they should be worried about it either. As long as he shows up in shape and he's doing what he's supposed to do when he shows up for training camp. If you don't do that, then you have a problem. But right now, there's no problem. So why are you trying to make a molehill out of a speck of dust?
Right. Well, they did this to him last year as well. Because I guess apparently he asked Jordan Meredith some clarity on some things, and people took that to mean he wasn't smart enough to learn the offense.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
We can use hindsight and know that that's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Hindsight is supposed to be 20/20, right? We can look at that and use hindsight and know that's stupid because for a couple of reasons. For one, Brendan Carroll was the offensive line coach. So you telling me his offensive line schemes was so intricate that JPJ couldn't get it? That's what y'all trying to get me to believe? Okay.
That guy can't
remember,
even teach a caveman how to block.
Remember, this is y'all argument that Brendan Carroll was all this terrible and all that. And I was like, in what world do we blame the O-line coach for the lack of anything the offense was doing? I'm saying it was the offensive coordinator. So the second reason we know that it was some BS because the play calls that we were calling last year, our offensive coordinator was calling plays that we wasn't even practicing. So our whole O-line was incompetent.
Mm-hmm.
The only person that survived it was DJ Glade because he didn't get injured at all. But other than that, you telling me that all the linemen was incompetent? Not just JPJ. So using hindsight, man, those reports are not true. They're unfounded. So stop using that. Stop saying that. Stop thinking that. Stop regurgitating that. And if you are the type of person that likes to regurgitate stupid stuff, unsubscribe. Because over here on this channel, don't repeat stupid stuff. Because if it's stupid and you repeat it, people gonna think you stupid. And we don't have stupid people over here. Only people in the first 3 rows That's over here. Unless you all the way in the back. If you all the way in the back, you gotta be hella funny. You gotta be a hella funny character to pass my class to be all the way in the back talking. So I get this. I get this one 1 cube. It looked like Webb give it 1 cube, and I do understand 2 cubes because JPJ, you have been somewhat injured or whatever, but you do have some things to prove. All right, Frank Weber 7. Let me see. Let's go with number 7 in the black. Let's see number 7 here.
Aiden O'Connell, their 26-year-old second-year quarterback. See the well wishes. Baker Mayfield coming out.
Good protection. Going for the end zone. Off and making the grab. Trey Tucker.
O'Connell, pump fakes. In trouble. O'Connell escapes. Keeps it alive. Now throws it up, and it's caught.
Deep down the sideline, getting free. And into the end zone. Trey Tucker. 2. Blitz coming. Pass is holding. Jenkins in motion. Takes the hit. O'Connell looking. The back, and it's caught! Going deep. And can he one-hand it? Connell to the end zone. Touchdown. Stepping up. Going deep. Has a man. Caught.
Okay, AOC was out there balling, y'all. You notice he was wearing the number 4. Matter of fact, that might be what he needs to do is go back to wearing Derek Carr number so that way he can try to get him a starting position because that's the best I've seen him play. I even seen him run away from a couple people. He got hit, but he at least ran away from a couple people. But he was wearing that number 4. So that take right there was showing us a highlight of Aiden O'Connell, and they were saying that he hasn't had a fair chance. Now, how many ice cubes would you give that take?
That's all 4.
That's the whole ice cube. That's the whole ice tray.
I put in 8. If I could put in 10 or 12, I would.
We go with the 4 ice cubes. The 4 ice cubes that Aiden has not got his full chance to get his money on. 4 ice cubes.
Nonsense.
Well, I'm gonna have to, you know what? I really want to go 3 to show mercy, but I gotta agree with you. It's 4 ice cubes. I mean, he has had his chance to get it. I see his value though. I do see his value. I really over the last couple of weeks, I really looked at his game and tried to see the best light of it, and I see it. But what I see is rear backup, spot starter at best. Unless you can get you an offensive coordinator that can dial up plays every play to keep you protected. It's like you're going to have a halo around you, a guardian bodysuit on, like bubble wrap. Like
you got to put bubble wrap. You asking for Beyonce right now?
Well, that's what we're going to need because to keep him from getting hurt. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Webb said give it to him straight legs, no ice. He totally agrees. He totally agrees. Straight legs, no ice.
All right.
All right.
All right, Coog Nut.
Call him Coog Nut?
Coog Nut.
They don't know about that Bay Area rapper. He a legend. No ice. Okay. All right. That's why I kind of wanted to go with 3.
How many chances does he need to get, Frank? How many games? How many years does he need, bro? For his fair shake, he need 9. He need 5. How many? I mean, we gave Carr 9. I thought he got a pretty fair shake. How
He
many
was
more years?
starting.
How many more years we gotta wait? We've seen him for 3 years, and out of those 3 years, he's played one whole season, one complete season. Like he ain't even. Hey, come on, man.
Well, isn't this the best situation for him to be in right here out of all the situations that he's been in?
You mean with his coach? Yeah, but he ain't. We were going over this the other day, dude. If he was all that, Kubiak wouldn't even have drafted anybody. He wouldn't have brought in Kirk Cousins either. He would have just been like, "We rolling with AOC." But and if Kingsbury or anybody else last year liked AOC, thought they could have worked with him last year, they would have came over here and been our offensive coordinator. But guess what? Nobody else wanted him. There's a reason why nobody wants the redheaded stepchild, bro. There's a reason.
Yeah, no. Let's see what he says.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis was good with Bruce Willis. Yeah, I agree. Like in the NFL, when you get your chance, when you actually get to go on the field and start games, that's your audition.
Mm-hmm.
That's it right there. Like Lave, like Dylan Lave, he lucky he's still on this team because when he got his audition, he fumbled.
Yeah, he did.
And a lot of times that you see it already really set him back like 2 seasons. The reason why he was still around is for special teams. Like you see, like because had he would have took that, let's say he would have did the opposite, took that to the house, right? He would have got more carries. He would have probably started a couple games last year. When we were, or
Wasn't that his first carry that he fumbled, right? He came in
was
and
his very first carry.
in
So
the NFL, right? Fumbled it away. Yeah.
and it's haunting him to this moment. Now, let's say he didn't even go all the way to the house with it, but he got like 10 yards, 8 yards, 9 yards, ran it nice, 15 yards.
Anything but fumble it. Anything but fumble.
Anything but fumble it, he would have got more carries.
Yep.
So all I'm saying is this. Like when you are on that field, that is your audition. And Aino Tunnel has been auditioning for 3 seasons that's passed now. And he got to see himself on the field in many different ways. And he kind of like didn't deliver.
I seen zero progression. I seen regression. I ain't seen progression. I seen regression.
Yeah. And that's that's primarily due to his health too. Because his ability to play is there. Like I get it. If he can get the ball out in 3 steps, then and all that, and you can move him around and all that, he can do it. Like I get it. I do see it. I do see the potential there. But if you can't stay healthy, then all that don't matter. That's always gonna be my gripe. If you cannot stay healthy, then it don't matter how good you are. Because I played on teams where we had good players, but then you can't play. It's like you're not on the team. Mhm. Let's see what Webb say. I don't care how much he plays, and at this point, I don't want to see him much. What I want to see is that when he does have to play, we win. Okay.
Well, that's on him. He's the one quarterbacking. Like the quarterback's the driver of the car, bro. If you can't drive the car, it's just like putting somebody in a Ferrari or something that don't know how to drive a Ferrari, a stick. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like you putting somebody in the car all you want, if they don't know how to drive it, it don't do you no good. He don't know how to drive. He don't know how to drive the team. That's the problem. Quarterback play is the most essential part of the whole game. The quarterback play is what lets you win or it helps you lose. Bad decision with the quarterback is quarterback play. Fumbling the ball is quarterback play. Throwing interceptions, bad quarterback play. Right? All these things. Bad quarterback play.
So it's like he can drive, but he can't drive on the freeway.
He can ride a scooter.
but you can't drive on the freeway though. Like,
He can
no,
ride
we
a
good enough
scooter.
to drive the Lambo, but we can't go on the freeway. Like, we can't go nowhere that requires us to go on the freeway because he can't go on the freeway.
He
Because if
can't
we go
even
on the
drive around
freeway,
the
we might
neighborhood.
crash.
Yeah, he can't even go around the neighborhood because he can't shift the gear. He only goes so fast in first gear, bro. 15 miles an hour. And
He
you're
said,
whining.
he's like, I'll take my Ferrari automatic.
Yeah, that's what women do. That's why they came up with the automatic, is so women could drive. Point and go.
Yes, yes, absolutely. But the only car they let ALC was a damn Pinto.
Well, it don't matter. He didn't drive that Pinto very good.
Everybody else had the same car.
Yeah. What was their car driving? A Pinto
Right.
wagon? What was he rolling? A Mustang 2? A Cobra 2 or something? Come on, y'all. This is hilarious. Y'all are funny. This shit is funny as hell, bro.
Well, let's look at it. Okay, let's look at it because we didn't get to finish, and this is the last segment. We were talking about the 31 flavors of AOC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, people were saying that there were teams that he could possibly play for. And I was like, let's go over the 31 teams that he possibly could play for. Do I need? Let me see. I guess I can get the list of the NFL teams real quick. But can you guys think of any teams offhand that you guys might think he can?
Yeah, they did the other day. They said the Jets, right? Because they think he's better than Geno Smith. They're kind of delusional with that. Let me think. What was the other two teams? I know. I think
Arizona.
Arizona, yeah. Arizona was one of them, and maybe Denver.
That Denver.
Yeah, Denver.
All right, let's start at the top of the list. Arizona Cardinals. People are saying that's possible. Oh, they were saying maybe Atlanta
No.
because they said shoot. His numbers already tell me that he couldn't start over him. Baltimore, no. Buffalo, no. Carolina,
No.
no. Chicago, no. Cincinnati, no.
No.
Cleveland,
no. Even rusty ass what's his name is going to be better than AOC. Even rusty ass Deshaun
Watson.
Deshaun Watson, yeah, he's going to be even as rusty as he is. He's still better than AOC.
I don't even think AOC is better than Shador. So
yeah, we can go that far too. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, Dallas, no. Denver, no. Detroit, no. Green Bay, no.
No.
Houston, no.
No, hell no.
Indy, who's Indy's quarterback? Oh, Mac Jones. Not Mac Jones, but
no, it ain't Mac Jones. Mac Jones is a backup right now.
Not Mac Jones, but
we went over this the other day.
I don't remember today though. We'll see who their quarterback is. I'll keep them highlighted. Jacksonville, no. Kansas City, no. Chargers, no. Rams, no. Miami, with Jacoby Brissett is somewhere. Where he at? I think he there. Minnesota, possibly.
Jones. It's Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. Yeah, he's not beating Daniel Jones.
I think Daniel Jones is better than AOC.
Yeah, for sure. So Miami is possible. Minnesota, arguable. Because they saying Kyler Murray.
I mean, if AOC was eligible for this year's draft, he'd probably be a number one pick.
He ain't better than. He ain't better than Mendoza.
Come on, bro. You know
he's
AOC
better than
would be the
Mendoza.
number one overall pick if he was in this year's draft.
He's better than Mendoza.
Quit playing with me, bro.
He's not even better than Ty Simpson.
Come on, bro. Quit playing with me. You know he'd be the number one overall if he was in the draft this year.
New Orleans Saints.
No.
New York Giants.
I'm trolling you. You know I'm trolling you, right? You know I'm trolling.
Yeah. Jets. They're saying Jets because of Geno. Philly, no. Pittsburgh, no. Frisco, no. Seattle, no. Tampa Bay, no. Unless Baker Mayfield don't go back.
Yeah, unless
Tennessee,
Mayfield don't go there.
no. And Washington, no. I said earlier, Arizona is what Minshew is. Um, so they think that maybe they can beat there. So the teams I heard was the Jets, Cleveland, Miami, Arizona. So the Jets, with Geno Smith struggling with his turnover issue last
Hey, the
year,
people. What's up?
a reliable caretaker like O'Connell could easily push for snaps. So do you guys really think, what's up with the people? Do you guys really think that he could be out Geno Smith in the training camp for the start?
In the cold ass weather too. Like New York is cold, bro. A lot of people don't
Arizona
realize
job.
going out to Cleveland and playing out in Cleveland and going out and playing in New York. That's cold. That's cold weather. He's used to this nice West Coast weather where it's nice and warm and stuff. He gonna be moving out there where there's a heater, bro. There's gonna be a heater on the sideline.
Yeah, you're a pro. Get over that.
Nah.
I don't think he can beat Geno Smith. I'm sorry. He can't beat out Geno Smith.
Are you sure, bro?
In Cleveland, so Cleveland, Deshaun Watson has struggled with consistency, and Shador is still unproven. I don't think that he can beat out either one of those two.
He can't beat either one of them. No. The only one that I see possible is Denver.
How? How is he going to beat out? How is he going to? That don't even make sense. How is he going to start in Denver?
Because right now that guy's not in really good favor with Sean Payton.
That's always been their issue together. And they keep giving them both contracts. So
it's coming to a head though. It's coming to a head.
Well, as of today, he can't go up there and start now. We got to wait till they implode. So Miami got Malik Willis, which is their projected starter. So they might need a more traditional pocket passer there. So let's look at Malik Willis.
What you talking about, Willis? Yeah, AFC is worth more to us as a backup. I agree, than anyone else. I'll agree with Frank on that. Yeah, it is 420.
What's that?
That AFC is worth more to us than anyone else.
So now Malik Willis, now this is what I see. He played 8 games his rookie year, started 3. He only started 6 games in his 4-year career. This is interesting. He played in 22 games though. So he I'm trying to see he's got 6 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. His rookie year, he threw for no touchdown, 3 interceptions. Second year, 0-0. Third year, 3-0. Third year, 3-0. So he's 6-3 touchdown to interception ratio. His passing rating is 98.9 overall.
And where does Willis play for? Willis?
He played for Miami now.
Oh yeah, then he might be able to go down there and get some snaps. If they're going to do a traditional, Statue of Liberty quarterback, for sure.
So that might be a place he could compete.
It could be. Yeah, he might be able to go down there and get a job.
Frank Webb says this is my point. AOC is worth more to us than he is to any other team. That being said, we should just be happy and keep him another year, get our value, and hope that we don't end up needing him. Yeah, but the thing is, I
He
agree
don't,
with you on that. The thing is, it's not just one more year though. If we sign him again, we gotta sign him for multiple years.
and then not only that, he's already said he wants to be a starter. Like, if you want to be a starter, you're not going to start at the Raiders, bro. Like, he
Yeah,
says he
on
wants to
top
be
of
a
that.
starter. And if you want to be a starter, you're not starting here. Like, that's why we went and drafted Mendoza, because he's going to be the starter. Captain Kirk came over here because he's going to be the starter until Mendoza's ready to go. Otherwise, AOC would be in the game. He's not in the cards. He doesn't fit. I don't know how hard is it. I don't understand how come it's so hard for people to get. He don't want to be a backup. He thinks he can go somewhere else and be a starter. And we should let him go do that. But that's what he wants to do. Or he could bow down, kiss the ring, and say, I'm ready to be a backup for the rest of my life.
Yeah, like you saying, hope we don't need him.
Yeah, and hope we can get. I like the other kid that we got better than AOC. We haven't even really seen him that much of him yet, but what I have seen of him, I like more. He's more of a scrambler. He's bigger than AOC. I like him more. So I think it's just time to show him the door and let him go. Sometimes you got to let the hose go. Just let the hoe go. Another cool nut song for all you non-Bay Area people that don't know about it. You got to let the hoe go.
So Miami is an option. So he could probably compete there. So Arizona, Jacoby Brissett, he's a veteran bridge gap quarterback. He's one of them quarterbacks that kind of earned his way to a starting position by being a backup for a lot of years, coming in, spot play, and actually winning when you come in. And then, yeah, they don't retain you because they don't think you're a franchise, or they're going to put the franchise behind you or give you a starting job. And they know if they need you later in the year that they can call on you. But now he found his way into a possible starting position because Gardner Minshew was injured over there. That's part of the reason. Otherwise, Gardner Minshew would be starting there. But they think that might be a place that he could start at. So let's look at Jacoby Brissett stats. Let's look at his overall stats because he's been in the league 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 seasons.
He's a
He had
veteran.
65 starts though.
Right?
So 65 starts.
That's 6 a year.
Basically. 76 touchdowns, 32 interceptions. That's good. 36.4 QB rating, the passer rating. That's overall. That's good.
Yeah,
For a career.
he don't got ALC's got a snowball chance of him beating that guy out.
And last year, this is the stats last year that Brissett, he played 14 games, started 12. He threw for 3,366 yards, 23 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions with a 94.1 passer rating. Oh, yeah, he can't start there. Matter of fact, Minshew can't even start there right now.
AOC hasn't even. He's been here 3 years. He hasn't even done any of those numbers the whole 3 years he's been here. Like that guy, he ain't competing with.
He ain't gonna beat out Jacoby Brissett.
No.
And Brissett got a gang of experience too. Yeah. See, even when he start and he can play full seasons because he played 16 games, started 15. Played 15 games, started 15. This is during the season. Played 14 games, started 12. Played 16 games, started 11. Those are durability games. 18 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 3-1. This is when he's playing 10 or more games. Even when he was with Cleveland for a year, he went 2-1. Yeah, he can beat out Jacoby Brissett.
ALC hasn't even played 10 or more games in one season.
Yeah.
He ain't even played 10 games this season yet.
He did his rookie year. He played 10 games rookie year. He went 5-5, I think. But that was 3 years ago now.
Yeah, so Okay, so what's he done in the last 2 years?
Oh yeah, he was out 5 games and 4 games, and he was out for a whole 10 weeks.
Yeah,
And
so
he
there you go.
played until the last game. So yeah, he can't beat out Jacoby Brissett.
Nope.
I'm sorry.
Don't be
He,
sorry.
he can't even start in Arizona now.
Nope. No
You gotta start
chance.
playing that.
No chance in hell.
Here's a dark horse I did hear though. The Tennessee Titans though. They're
Really?
relying on Cam Ward, and they could look for a steady backup or a bridge option if he's not ready. Like if Cam Ward is not ready this year, then AOC can come in, be the backup now, and end up starting and getting the job and holding on to it. So that's his dark horse situation. So
First, he's got to make his way over there. First, he's got to get over there to even become a dark horse. Are they even interested in him?
after next season, we can argue about what we want, about whether we should resign him or not. But that's not when you start thinking about it. You don't start thinking about it after the season. Especially when he already came out and said he wanted to be a starter. That means he wants to leave. That's what that means.
Yeah,
I don't understand how we look at that any other way other than he wants to leave.
He ain't going to be a starter here, dude. So if he's not going to be a starter, then he wants to leave.
So what is there to think about? Like, if he doesn't want that position and that role on the team, then he got to go.
Yeah, you don't want to be a backup. He wants to be a starter. He's got to go. Why wait until next year?
Well, I think we wait because we might need him if we don't want Mendoza to play.
Well, we got the other guy. We got the undrafted free agent we could start.
Yeah, he'll last like 2 weeks.
Yeah, maybe.
At least AOC will last 4 weeks.
Maybe. I put a question mark on that.
It says Aiden was way better when he had to back up all 3 QBs. Well, yeah, that's because we didn't have nobody else at that point. It's just always, if Aiden is playing, that's not good. That's what it always boils down to. If he's playing, it's not good.
No,
I mean, the house is on fire.
Yeah, that means the season's about to end for us.
That means the whole house on fire too. I'm talking about upstairs and downstairs.
That was like when Stenham came in for Carr for the playoff game. Remember that? Was that Stenham?
Well, for the playoff game?
Yeah, and 16. Who went in for Carr in 16 when we had the playoff game? Wasn't that Stenham?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just it didn't work out very well for us.
He said, I didn't see him much, but Brissett, who always clean with the numbers, yeah. Runs a tight huddle too, yeah. You never gave him a chance to play over 10 games. We never gave him a chance to play over 10 games.
He was injured last year, bro. He had plenty of opportunity, but he's been injured.
Right.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. He didn't have opportunity. He got injured. He had opportunity, but he got hurt.
Right. I don't. Yeah. How are we saying he got hurt? Like he literally went into the game and then got hurt, right? And then came back after getting airlifted or air casted. He did the Superman, came back the next game. So he had opportunity to play multiple games in a row. He could have just never let go of it, but he got hurt.
Got hurt. He's what we call Charmin. We call him Charmin around here. AOC Charmin. Don't squeeze it.
The French may call it fragile.
Fragile.
And then coming into last year's training camp, he broke his wrist. It was out 10 weeks.
Yeah, he didn't get an opportunity that season either because he was out for 10 games.
So, I love you, Webb, but
he ain't had his opportunity, bro.
Well, that was AE that said that. I love you, AE. I love you too, Webb, because I know y'all like Carr, and I like Carr too, but I'm not seeing what y'all seeing.
Oh,
I mean,
AOC.
AOC.
But either one of them
AOC
give me a
4.
little. Either one of them.
Let me see. Last few seasons started only like 5-4 games because they wanted to start bums. No, he was the bum that was starting because he kept getting hurt. What do you mean they were starting bums? Those two guys y'all keep talking about is better than AOC. Like I don't. These bums literally has went through whole seasons and didn't get injured. AOC has not. Oh, he did his rookie year. Let's say his rookie year. 1 year.
He didn't play his whole rookie year though.
So he's played like he started a third of his career. He's sat on the bench waiting a third of his career, and he's been injured a third of his career. That's what these 3 years has totaled with AOC. He has played 17 games, which is like starting a full year.
That's 1 year.
And then he sat on the bench for like a full year. And then he was injured like a full year. He was injured like 10 weeks plus like 4 or 5 weeks for the other injury. So that's like 14, 15 weeks. So that's a year. So essentially he's been injured a year. He started a year and he sat on the bench a year. And we don't know what he is yet. Like, how else do we need to see? What else do we need to see? We've seen him start. We didn't see him do spot backup, and we didn't see when he started. Okay, when he started, he was 5-5, but that was his rookie year. We already know that if you can't get past your second year as a quarterback, then you're probably not going to be successful in the league because the league caught up with you. But we don't know if the league caught up with AOC yet because he ain't been on the field long enough. Well, actually, they caught up with him. He just got injured when they caught him.
I think we should give him 6 more years, bro. We need to give him 9 years too, like we gave Carr. He needs 9 years of opportunity, bro. We got to give him 9 years. That's what I think.
Yeah, even if he does want to leave, he is under contract, and then that way we should be able to trade him, get some capital. He said this would be definitely 4 cubes.
Now this
4
is
cubes.
This is straight water right here. This is straight whiskey. This is a hot take right here. He got to go.
We all know that Geno was anointed by Coach.
Oh, God.
Geno was the better quarterback.
You guys just won't stop.
I need to go back and see what y'all was saying about Geno when we first signed him, because I know y'all wasn't saying that when y'all first. Even looking at his stats, don't say he's a bum. He was a bum here
because of the offensive line coach and the
offensive play caller, right?
And there's reasons for your hero AOC got hurt in that kind of environment that Geno Smith was in.
Right, he got hurt. even Geno got hurt, but Geno came back because he's a quarterback that can play a whole season. Geno, he has the durability. AOC doesn't.
Yeah, he wasn't Superman. I thought AOC was Superman, but he went in there and got hurt.
I love y'all, bro. I don't know what more. I don't know what more y'all. I don't know what more of a position y'all need. Y'all need to So if AOC was to start this season, then would that be okay? Even though he didn't earn it, though, because he ain't about to beat out Kirk Cousins. That ain't how.
He ain't beating out Baker Mayfield. He ain't even gonna beat out Geno Smith.
No. But what more do the nation need to see in order to understand that he's not, if he is ready or not? Like, he needs to start this season just because he hasn't had a chance to?
Because we got a good coach now, man. We gotta give him this chance now. Forget about the other 6 coaches in the past 3 years. We got the good coach now. Let's see what he could do with them. He's got promise, bro. You see him standing in there getting hurt.
He said, I like Geno. His first game with us was career day for him. I don't know if it's career day, but no chance that AOC was getting the nod over Geno is my point. Yeah, because he's not better than him. He doesn't give you the best chance to win. That's the whole thing. AOC does not give you the best chance to win over these guys.
He don't even give you a chance to compete.
Because what happens if you put all your resources behind him and then he gets injured? So let's say we don't have a quarterback that we think is better or comparable to him, but that's a true backup. I'm talking about where AOC is this level and the quarterback behind him is obviously a step level below. If our backup come in, and I get that if a backup come in, that means your season is pretty much over. But we don't think that about AOC. We think our backup supposed to start.
Yeah, our backup's going to come in. We're going to go win out. We're going to go to the playoffs and win the Super Bowl.
Our backup is the exception to the rule. So if that's the case, why isn't nobody else seeing this?
These guys think he's Doug Flutie or something. Frank Reich and shit. You guys are killing me.
No, I'm sorry, boys. Y'all just straight capping. Didn't even want to answer the question because y'all seem like you're way better than him. No questions asked. What do you mean?
What's the question? I'll answer it. I've been answering.
Yeah, I'll answer it. Nobody said any of what. No, that's what's been said over and over and over again. Like, I'm asking y'all, what other position do we need to put AOC in for us to understand that if he's that guy or not?
I just answered it. I just said, give him a chance with this coach. Let him work out with this coach because he's the best coach that we had. It's just excuses to me. Like,
so do we let him start? Do we let him start the season, or do we give him that chance in preseason?
Oh, he's probably going to play preseason for sure.
Okay, and so we go through preseason, right? And then Kirk Cousins start. Are we going to be saying, "Oh, we started that bum over AOC," like we've been saying the last 2 years?
Hella.
That's what I'm asking. So avoid all of that. So should we let AOC just start game one because of the other coaches screwed him?
Neglect.
So should we let him start automatic game one because we know AOC because he's first of all he's a Raider already, and second of all
we know he's got the talent. We believe he's got all the talent. Yeah.
Should we just let him start game one?
Yeah, we should just give it to him and let him just have it and let him just run and start the season.
Yes, I answered this. I keep saying it over and over. Gardner Minshew and Geno Smith is way better than AOC. AOC ain't gonna never throw for 3,800 yards in a season. He's not even going to play long enough in one season to throw for 3,800 yards. Matter of fact, it took him 3 seasons to throw for 3,800 yards. And he started 17 games over these 3 years. I need you to do it all in one season. Let's do it all in one season. One season, though, not in 3.
How is the guy who's thrown for 4,000 yards 7 times not as good as the guy who's played 17 games and thrown for 3,300 over 3 years? I don't know. I guess you got to just be Einstein in this motherfucker to figure these equations out, bro.
No, I just
this shit is some Einstein fucking math.
He said, nah, Black Geno, he better than Geno and Gardner Minshew.
No
okay,
way, bro.
If he's better than them, right?
Why don't he have a starting job?
If he's right, Geno left here and went and got a starting job.
Hella. So they called
Minshew gonna have to fight to get him a starting job, and that's because he got injured. But okay, that's fine though. He still got to fight for it, right? Let's take Minshew out.
Minshew's got more of a chance of getting a starting job than AOC ever did.
For sure.
And that's right now.
And that's right now, for sure. But let's take Minshew out of this, though. Let's go strictly with Geno Smith right now, because that was the most recent. How can a player that has proven that he can't make it through a whole season better than a player that has proven he can? Wow. How? When the best ability is availability. Y'all say it. Y'all say it, but y'all don't say it like y'all mean it because y'all don't mean it when it applies.
Mm-hmm.
I love you, bro. It says I personally never said start AOC. I'm saying don't trade him, don't cut him, and quit worrying about what a backup quarterback dreams of doing, as he should, by the way. Well, stop saying weird stuff in press conferences then. Matter of fact, why even talk to the third string quarterback?
Because they wanted to he put it out there for on purpose. He's trying to get his name out there. He's trying to let other teams know that hey, I'm looking for a starting job. That's exactly what he did. I don't know how you don't understand. That's what he did.
Yeah, but what he's saying is don't worry about it because at the end of the day, he is who he is. Just let him be who he is. Just let him be because it really don't matter. Because he's not saying start. He's not saying start AOC. So
Yeah,
I don't know
I
what
agree.
to do with him.
Well, I'm willing to let him stay here and let him be the backup for the year for sure. I'm not tripping.
Yeah, me neither. But don't come out talking about you want to be a starter.
Yeah,
What you do that for?
You ain't, if you want to be a starter, then you ain't going to be a starter here.
You think you're bigger than the Shield? I never was one of them people that was always saying that, but it can apply to this player, but don't apply to him because he don't make as much as him. I thought nobody was bigger than the Shield. Not the person who make the most money ain't bigger than the Shield. I thought nobody was bigger than the Shield, including this little peep squeak that know he ain't starting, talking about he want to start a long time. He said he want to start a long time too.
Yeah.
He's gonna go get just another number one pick if he gets lucky and play recently. Got law issues. So the law issues is if I don't know if you guys ever have a toxic female in your life, but just because she gets you put in jail or to call the police don't mean you're gonna go to jail or it's gonna stick. I don't see this sticking or whatever. He's still gonna start, and it just ain't gonna get the number one pick because of him. We didn't get the number. Y'all shouldn't even be thinking, Smith. Who y'all need to go think is Chip Kelly.
Hello.
So y'all need to go.
No, and Brandon Carroll.
Hey, Brandon Carroll, right? That's who y'all need to go thank. Y'all can thank Chip Kelly, Brandon Carroll, and Pete Carroll. That's who you gonna thank.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want to blame the player, but don't want to blame the coach. That's crazy. Coach is right.
The head coach should have drug ass on all three of them.
AP knew who his guy was, but letting assistant coaches making huge decisions like that one. First of all, AP don't even know. Okay, so you said AP knew what was best.
Oh,
you think AP knew what was best for real? That whole regime was a clusterfuck. Ours last year was too, though. It just was a high profile one. The one before that was just hood ghetto swamp garbage. Like none of them people was competent. They all look like, I promise you, me, Pizzle, AE, Justice for 12, and you, Frank Webb, we could have did a better job than that. I promise you. I promise you we could have did a better job than Getsy and all them. I promise you. AP don't even know when to go for it on fourth down.
You don't even know when to call a timeout.
So he honestly answered a tough question, and that's what I heard anyway. Yeah, that's true, but he shouldn't have fell for that. He doubled down on it and everything. He should have he answered it right the first time. Because really the dude tried to beg him the first time with the question. And then when they doubled back two questions later, then he was just like, man, I'm trying to be a starter in this league a long time. Like, what? Okay.
What? All right, man. I gotta roll this up.
Me too. He said, I remember and subscribe to y'all. If Kubiak gives Aiden starts and starts 5-0, I'm going to come back to y'all. Yeah, you should.
If Aiden starts, when's
Even
Aiden
if
going to
they
start?
try harder, huh?
When's Aiden going to start? That's what I'm asking. Is when's he going to start?
I don't know.
If he starts, I don't know.
So essentially, you saying you
Is he
unsubscribe,
talking
and
about
if he,
preseason or what?
I don't know. Are you saying you unsubscribe, and if he start off good, then you're gonna come back, or I don't know, but
I don't know. I don't know
I
why you're
don't know, but
unsubscribing for because we don't see the same player that you see. I mean, we just see things differently than you do, and
oh no,
that's.
he didn't say he unsubscribed.
Oh,
I'm slow. I was like trying to understand what you were saying.
oh, okay.
Trust me, if he starts and he start off 5-0, I would eat a crow burger, a crow sandwich, a croquette. I don't care. I'll eat it, but I'm just gonna say I don't see it right now, though. That's all I'm saying is I don't see it. And I want y'all to help me see it, and y'all saying it's there, and I'm like, okay, I don't see it.
Yeah. So what you're saying is what you think he's like a Sam Darnold? You think he's like he was just he's just sitting in the wings, waiting to go to the right team and the right system and all of that
Yeah,
stuff? Is that what you're trying
yeah,
to say?
yeah. But he's saying that if he gets his opportunity and he starts off like 5-0, I want you to. I'll let you come up here, and I'll drop down, and Pizzle will drop down, and we'll let you
Oh,
just talk as long as you want. This would be your show,
yeah.
and then I'll come back and eat crow. For sure, I would. But it don't matter. It's one nation. It's always one nation because I'm gonna write that out.
Well, for me, like I'm not saying he's not capable of winning certain games, but is he capable of winning big games? Right, winning games you're supposed to win. Yeah, okay, but winning big games. How about completing a pass after the second quarter? And shit, how about that? I mean, there's all kinds of things we can go over, or he's had positives and he's had negatives, and I just don't think that he's got much upside than what he's got right now. But that's just my opinion. Your opinion is you think he's a starter, and that's
Yeah,
fine. We can have
I,
difference of opinion.
no, I agree that I want him to want to start. Yeah, you're supposed to want to start. But you don't come out and say, I want to start, and they just went and got the franchise quarterback and a quarterback to bridge him to do it, and you're not the bridge. So now that sounds like you feel a type of way about it, and you trying to get up out of there. That's what that sounds like. And I don't understand, like, why is that unreasonable for me to see that when y'all can say, well, Max Crosby walked in there and kicked down the door and essentially held them hostage and told them that you trade me or not. Like, y'all can see that, but I can't see what Aiden clearly said in the press conference. That's the part I'm confused about. I'm with Pizzo. I think he could play. I think he can win some games. I don't think he can stay on the field long enough to win meaningful games.
And that's why he's a backup and not a starter.
And that's why he's a backup and not a.
Look, I'm telling you, if Kubiak thought that he could work with him, and he was a Sam Darnold in the wings, he would have worked with him. I understand why you don't understand that. He's like a quarterback whisperer, dude. Like he's one of the.
He stopped the Chargers rookie year, but that's 3 years going on 4 years ago now.
And
And
that's
that's
when the
one
defense,
game.
and that's when the defense stepped up to help him win those games. He didn't win. He just didn't take the team on his back and carried them up the hill. Like the defense held their own. Kuntz got 8 sacks in 4 games or something, 7 sacks in 4
Yeah.
games. I mean, come on, dude. The defense was coming through on that. The defense was playing for him.
And the
They
run
wanted
game.
him to get a job.
And the run game. The guys who want to start try harder than guys who don't want to start. I agree with that. But teams are better when players know their role. Teams are better when players know their role. I know you gotta go. I'm gonna just answer these questions and I'm gonna dip out. But I know you said you want to dip out. Pizzle said he can win huge games. He can't win huge games. There you go. That's one game. So the Chargers game that was one. That was I saw. That's
The
the
Chargers game.
yeah.
Was that a playoff game or something? Did I miss something? Thought you said it was a big game.
Well, it's a division game.
That's not a big game. It wasn't for a playoff game. It wasn't for a wild card. It wasn't for to win to go on to get the wild card to go into the playoffs. I'm talking about a big game. And not only that, that team didn't even want to play anymore, bro. They didn't want to even play for that coach anymore. They gave up. And he didn't score 63. There was a couple of pick sixes in that game. He didn't score all 63 points.
Yeah, no, this is Webb. I agree with you. AOC's attitude tells me that if the opportunity presents itself, he'll be prepared and motivated. Yes, I agree with that.
That's
But
his
he
job to
physically
be.
can't. But he can't physically carry it out. That's the point. I could think all out. I could think I could think you can get with baby and I'm gonna beat it up for an hour. I could be confident in that. But if every time I get in there, I last 40 minutes at best, usually 10 minutes or 12 minutes, and sometimes 2. I don't care how confident I am. If I have not hit the hour mark, what gives me reason to believe I can hit it for an hour? What gives her reason to believe that? Because I say so? Because I showed that I got promised to do it? Like, no, I get it. I know he's confident and he got all the preparation for it. I believe that part. But when you stick him on the field, especially in the last 2 years, he's got hurt. I don't know.
Competent backup, bro. He's a competent backup.
No, that was Thursday night. We annihilated them. It was the Thursday night game.
Yeah, I know. That's not a big game, though, dude. It's just a regular season game. It wasn't for there's nothing on the line. Like, that's just a game.
Man, I'm gonna go get me a shirt that say "Start AOC."
Hell, and put it up in my thing so I can sell some gear.
Yeah, "Start AOC." You know what? We on the something. I'm gonna write it out.
I'm a Raider, though.
I'm a Raider. From the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. Rest in peace to Al Davis.